Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just filmed a haul video, so I'm wearing the same thing as I was in that video, but I did want to just keep filming because I'm just in the filming mood and I'm really enjoying the sunlight. And yeah, I have an idea of what I want to talk about, but I haven't planned how I'm going to talk about it, so this is just going to be a video of probably nonsense and a ramble of things, but I did want to update you guys on my weight loss journey. I did post a video previously of me meal prepping and my journey in losing weight. So currently today I'm down 36 pounds I think, and I've fluctuated. I've been between down 36 to 38, so I'm so close to being down 40 pounds, but there has been a huge thing that's come up in my life that's kind of taking a toll on me right now, and I just want to talk about it. I don't want sympathy, I don't want, oh I'm so sorry to hear that, blah blah. I just want to talk about it, and I just want to kind of vent, I guess. I did start my channel on crafts, and then I did when I was in 6th and 7th grade. I was vlogging. I don't know if I have long time subscribers, but I remember when I was in middle school making videos of me bawling my eyes out, just ranting, because I did not have friends. I did not have anybody in my life that I felt I could talk to and vent my problems to, and that was my outlet. And I kind of feel like that right now. Not that I don't have people in my life that know what's going on or that I can talk to. I definitely do at this point. I do have more people than I had back then. But I still feel like YouTube is kind of my home in a way. And I know I don't use it a ton anymore, but I still kind of feel like I can just talk what I want to talk about and leave it at that. And yeah, so today I'm just going to talk about some health problems I'm having, and I just want to talk about them. So now my fridge has come on and it's going to hum the whole video, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so a couple weeks ago I got an extreme pain. It was almost midnight. I was almost going to bed. It was in the middle of the week. It was on a Tuesday. I started to get extreme pains in my stomach, and it was the worst stomach pain I've ever had in my life, and I wasn't sure what was happening. I thought my appendix was bursting. I thought I was dying. I really thought something was wrong with me, and I almost called my dad to take me to the hospital, but I was like, you know what, I just need to stick it out, and I just need to, I'll be fine. I'm not a person that, I'm not a hypochondriac type of person. I don't think I'm dying if something little is wrong. I don't really, not that I don't care, but I don't worry as much about my physical health as I probably maybe should be sometimes. So I ended up throwing up the whole everything, and I thought I was dying. That's a bit dramatic, but I thought something was wrong, and that's how I knew something was probably wrong, if I thought something was wrong, because I don't really normally think about it. So but I stuck it out that night. The pain slowly went away after a little bit, and then it came back, and I was so exhausted from throwing up, and I had the sweats and the shakes, and I was like so physically exhausted that I passed out. And then the next morning the pain was gone. I stayed home from school just thinking if it came back I could not be at school when that happened. So I stayed home from school and I waited it out, and the pain never came back. So I thought maybe it was just a bug that I caught, just a flu, whatever. So I never thought anything of it. It went away. Everything was good. And 1 week to the day, the next Tuesday, I was in the middle of class. It was after lunch, and I started to feel kind of nauseous, and I was like, I went to the washroom. I went out of class a couple times. I tried to go for a walk. I was like, this isn't helping. Nothing was easing my discomfort. And then the back pain started. So when I had the first pain, it was right in my sides and it was in my back, and the only way I could like kind of relieve it a tiny bit was to be in like a taco position, like folding yourself up. So I was just leaning over my desk, and you know, my friends were looking at me, are you okay? Like, what are you doing? It's the middle of class, calm down. Like, but no, my classmates are really nice. You know, one of them gave me some Tums, and one of them was like rubbing my back. And anyways, I ended up, so if you guys don't know, I'm taking early childhood education in college, and in our class we have another classroom that is kind of our lab, and it's set up like a daycare center, so we have all the centers so we can explore how to set it up and what we can incorporate in different centers and all that stuff. So over there we do have a library little section with beanie bags and a mat, and sometimes we go over there and we study, or we sit there at lunch and just chat, because it's just a little cozy little corner. So I decided to go over there and lay down on the mat, and I was curled up in my taco position, and I was getting those pains again. But this time it was a lot in my chest, and it hurt to take a deep breath, and I was like, okay, it just doesn't feel right. So my friend came and checked on me, and she's like, do you want to go to the hospital? Like, we can go right now. Like, and I was like, I don't know, like, maybe I should. And she's like, well, let's go down to first aid and we'll check with them first. So I went downstairs. The first aid people ended up like pushing the button and like calling them, and like it was a little dramatic because I was like, I'm fine, like, please don't call all these people. So they came, they did, you know, they checked my eyes with the light, they did my blood pressure, they did all that, and she said, you know, you should definitely make a doctor's appointment with your family doctor, but I don't think it's emergency worthy. So I left and I went back up to the lab, and I said I'll just relax there until my dad gets off work and he can pick me up. So I went back up to the class, or the lab, and I laid back down, and I was starting to feel a little bit better, so I decided to sit up and start doing an assignment that was assigned during class that I just missed the whole class. So I decided to catch up on that, because I knew if this comes back I'm not going to be able to finish my assignment. So I was like, I'm just going to get it done right now. So I did that, and then slowly it came back, and my teacher had come to check on me, and she was just talking to us for a while, and then she noticed, she's like, is it coming back? And I was like, well, kind of. And she's like, you know what, if you need to go to the hospital. And I do not want to go to the hospital. I hate the hospital, of course everyone does, but I was like, it's fine, like, I think I'll be fine. And she's like, you know what, either you go to the hospital or I will call first aid again and they will take you to the hospital. And I was like, alright. So she gave me that ultimatum, which I am thankful for at this point, because now I have answers that are needed and that make sense. So I'm thankful for that push that I had. So my friend drove me to the hospital, and I waited, and my dad came, and I was there for quite a few hours, just waiting and getting a room and waiting for doctors. And I did, so I got in and I got blood work done, and I went and got an x-ray done. And by the end of the night, the doctor came back and said, I'm going to send you home, but come back in the morning for an ultrasound. So they figured it might be something to do with my gallbladder, so they wanted to do an ultrasound. So the next morning I went to a different hospital to get the ultrasound, which took hours because they screwed up the appointment, and they didn't actually book it for that day, but they ended up squeezing me in, thank goodness. And I got the ultrasound. I went back to the other hospital for the results. So by the mid-afternoon they came back and they said, it is your gallbladder. And so what I have is, it's called gallbladder sludge. It's a very odd medical term, but they described it to me as basically it's like a sand consistency that's in your gallbladder. I don't have stones. That's a possibility that could happen. I may get gallbladder stones, but I don't have them right now. So the doctor told me, you know, you just need to stay away from fast foods, like fried foods, and I was a little bit confused because I really don't eat fried foods. You know, with changing my diet, I haven't ate fried foods, I haven't ate fast food, I hadn't, you know, ate that type of stuff. So I was a little bit like, doesn't really make sense. I don't know why this is happening. So she just basically said, stay away from fried foods and you'll be okay after a while. Basically, I'm just so confused at this point because she said the sludge will never go away. But she didn't say I had to stay away from it forever, even though it's never going to go away. So if it's triggered by those types of foods, then basically it seems to me that I should never eat those foods. But anyway, so I was like, okay, so I didn't eat fried foods. She said, you know, just bake everything and you'll be fine. So the next week, on a Tuesday, the third Tuesday in a row, I decided to bake some pork chop for supper and some baked potatoes. Shortly after, you know, I was in bed getting ready to lay down and relax, and on came the pain, and it was probably the worst that it had been since I've been getting them, and I was crying and I was in so much pain. So I called my dad again and I was like, I don't know what to do, like this pain is excruciating, like, and he's like, get your stuff right now, we're gonna go to the hospital. So I went back to the hospital and it took a long time to get in, but thankfully, by the way, I live in Canada, so I am very grateful for that because I can go to the hospital and leave without having thousands of dollars worth of medical bills piled up, and I'm very grateful for that. So I went back and they did more scans. I did a CT scan and I did more x-rays and more blood work, and I stayed overnight this time. They monitored me and they pumped me with some fluids and stuff like that, and in the morning the doctor came back and said, you know, your CT scan looks normal, you know, the only thing is you have a small cyst on your ovaries, but the pain doesn't seem to be coming from that. It seems to be your gallbladder, which I knew going in. That I don't know what, they kind of made it seem like they were looking for something else for why the pain was occurring, but I knew it was my gallbladder because it was the same pain. So I got the same results that I did before, but the thing was, this time the doctor told me that fried foods, but also the pork chop was the reason I had an attack. And he said, he asked me what I ate and I was like, oh, I had a baked pork chop, and he said, you can't have that. And the first doctor didn't tell me about these things that I shouldn't eat. So he told me more things that I shouldn't be having, like pork chop, fatty things. Basically, he told me to stay away from fat and fried foods. So I was like, okay, what am I supposed to eat? So I decided to search more on the topic, and there's a lot of things that I shouldn't be eating. And I did get a referral to a surgeon, a specialist, whatever, and I'm still waiting for the call. So it's been over a week now, and it's gonna take a while to get a call, I know that, and it'll be a couple months before I even get, you know, the answer that I need or want. So basically, I want my gallbladder removed. It's not going to solve everything in my life because there's still going to be probably some things that I need to worry about, but it will help my pain because I did have another attack last night. So it wasn't on a Tuesday, it was on a Thursday. So that was 3 Tuesdays in a row and then a Thursday. So that's each week I've had an attack for the last month. And they are not easy to deal with. And they're not fun, and I wouldn't wish them on a lot of people. So I'm kind of at a road right now, like I'm at a wall. I feel lost. My healthy eating habits. So after my last attack when I was in the hospital, I ended up being nauseous for multiple days in a row. I was eating toast and popsicles for like 4 days. And then I became starving. I was so hungry every day. I was like, I need all the food. So right now my weight loss journey is kind of, I feel a bit stuck because I don't know what to eat. The things I was eating are still things I can eat. So my brown rice and turkey sausage and chicken and stuff are things that I'm allowed to eat. I can eat chicken and turkey and whole grains like whole wheat bread and stuff like that, and brown rice and whole wheat pasta. But for some reason brown rice to me is like disgusting. I can't even think about cooking it right now and eating it. For some reason it just, ever since I was sick last week, I don't know. So I'm very conflicted and I'm very lost because I feel like I'm going to gain all the weight I worked so hard to lose. You know, I'm almost at 40 pounds and I'm terrified. I'm terrified of gaining it all back, but at the same time, part of me is like, I don't care. I just want to eat what I want to eat, and I don't care if it causes me pain. I don't care if I gain weight, and it's not the right mindset to have right now because I've actually been eating worse now than I was when I didn't have these problems with my gallbladder. So like, the boys I babysit, they'll get chicken nuggets from like Burger King, and I'll sneak like 3 of them. And I didn't do that for months. I didn't have that stuff, and now that I'm being told I should not eat that, I can't eat that, I'm eating it because I've been told that I can't have it. So I'm at a very hard road, and I'm at like a mental block with myself because I don't know. So I still bought some healthier snacks, and I'm trying, but for meals I have no idea what to eat. I'm eating more bread. I bought whole wheat bread and whole wheat pasta, and so I'm getting a lot of carbs, way more than I was before, and it's going to push me back, and it's gonna gain pounds. I'm gonna gain, and I don't know what to do or how to approach anything right now. The first, like last week, I was terrified of food. I was terrified to eat. Right now, I don't even care. So I don't really know. I also found out I have thyroid issues, so I'm on medication for that. I mean, I found out about the cyst on my ovaries and the gallbladder, and I don't really know what to do anymore. And I'm not saying that like all this is the end of the world. Like, people have so many worse off medical issues than I'm having, but I've never struggled with like a physical illness like my gallbladder, and it's really getting to me. And I don't want it to, and I don't want to seem like ungrateful for things that I have, or that you know, it's not like it's going to kill me, but like, I don't know. So I just wanted to talk about that. I don't really know where this video was going or how it was supposed to end, but basically that's what's going on with my health, and I'm just really lost right now in that, and I don't know where to go from here. So yeah, but I'm gonna try my best to push through and come out on the other side and not let it get to me and not let it put me back so far, and I'm gonna keep pushing. But I hope you guys listen to me ramble, and I hope you guys are here to support me. I'm grateful to those who watch my videos, and I hope you guys will stick around, and I hope to see you in the next one. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!